At the beach, we trust the lifeguard, a silent sentinel perched high above the crowd, watching over a world of laughter, splashing, and sun-soaked dreams. Their presence is a comfort, a quiet promise that someone is always looking out for us, even when we're lost in the joy of the waves. Their job is simple but vital, eyes always searching, heart always ready. They are the thin line between a perfect day and disaster, prepared to leap into action at a moment's notice. This trust is an invisible promise, woven into every swim and every sunbeam, that help will come without hesitation, no matter who you are or how rough the sea. But what if that trust is broken? The ocean doesn't wait for anyone. Its moods can shift in an instant, turning calm into chaos. For a swimmer in trouble, every second stretches into eternity. Exhaustion creeps in fast, and hope can vanish with the next wave. In these moments, a lifeguard's quick action is the only thing standing between a fleeting scare and a tragedy that echoes forever. One summer in China, beneath the blazing sun and the laughter of hundreds, a lifeguard's hesitation exposed a chilling truth. Sometimes the very person meant to protect us can become the source of our greatest danger. This wasn't a single mistake, but a pattern, a series of choices, each one chipping away at the safety we take for granted, each one putting lives at risk. How could a trained professional, someone trusted with so much, become a source of danger? The answer is as unsettling as the question. Evidence from official records and silent video revealed the delays were not random, but calculated. Choices made in moments that demanded instinct. The events of that summer are a stark reminder. Safety systems are only as strong as the people who uphold them. When vigilance fades, so does the shield that protects us all. A uniform doesn't make a hero, swift, unwavering action does. It's the courage to leap, the resolve to never look away that defines true guardianship. This story explores how one person's failure forced an entire system to confront the truth, to rebuild trust, and to restore real safety to the shore, so that every swimmer, every family, can once again believe in the promise of protection. Demisha Beach in Shenzhen is a vibrant escape for millions, its golden sands alive with laughter, music, and the rhythmic crash of waves. Lifeguards stationed in towers are the silent guardians of this bustling shore. Among them was Li Wei, a respected veteran with over a decade of experience, whose sharp eyes rarely missed a detail. Known for his calm and skill, he was a mentor to younger lifeguards and a familiar face to families. Each morning, he greeted early swimmers by name, offered safety tips to newcomers, and kept a watchful eye on playful children and elderly bathers alike. Li Wei's post, Tower 5, overlooked the busiest stretch of beach. His routine was meticulous, arriving before sunrise to stretch, check every piece of rescue gear, and log the day's weather and tide conditions. He'd walk the shoreline, exchanging friendly words with regulars, and always made time to reassure nervous swimmers. He understood the dangers of rip currents better than most, often pointing out safe zones and warning about hidden hazards. On paper, Li Wei was the ideal lifeguard, diligent, approachable, and deeply respected. But as summer began, something changed. A shadow fell over Tower 5, unnoticed by the crowds and the swimmers who trusted him. Outwardly, everything seemed normal. Li Wei still exchanged nods with colleagues and kept up his routine, but no one suspected the trusted guardian was hiding a dangerous pattern. The stage was set for a crisis that would shake the foundation of trust at Demisha Beach. The first incident happened on a crowded July Saturday, when the beach was alive with laughter and the hum of summer. Suddenly, a tourist was swept out by a powerful tide, their cries for help barely audible over the crashing surf. All eyes snapped to Li Wei in Tower 5, the lifeguard known for his calm under pressure. Protocol was clear: act immediately, no hesitation. But Li Wei remained motionless, binoculars fixed on the struggling swimmer, his face unreadable. On the sand, a hush fell. Bystanders shouted, some rushing to the water's edge, others frozen in disbelief. The air was thick with fear and confusion. For 90 agonizing seconds, Li Wei did nothing. Panic rippled through the crowd. Parents clutched their children. Friends called out the swimmer's name, and every second felt stretched to breaking. Finally, with a sharp gesture, Li Wei signaled for backup and sprinted from the tower, plunging into the waves. The rescue itself was swift and precise. Li Wei reached the tourists just as exhaustion set in, pulling them safely to shore as the crowd erupted in relieved applause and tears. Later, Li Wei insisted he was assessing the situation, and his reputation shielded him from scrutiny. The incident was logged as routine, but among the lifeguards, a sense of unease lingered. Whispers of doubt spread. 90 seconds is an eternity when someone is drowning. The unwritten rule was clear: when in doubt, go. But that day, doubt had nearly cost a life. Their concerns were dismissed, no harm done, it seemed. The official story was one of success, but beneath the surface, tension simmered. This was no anomaly. It was the beginning of a terrifying pattern, one that would haunt the beach all summer. No one realized the true danger was just beginning. 2 weeks later, another rescue was delayed. This time, a teenage girl swept away by a rip current. The beach was crowded, and several bystanders shouted for help, but the response was slow. Again, Li Wei watched from his tower, waiting nearly 2 minutes before acting. Some witnesses later recalled seeing him glance at the clock, as if weighing a decision. The girl survived, but witnesses were furious and demanded answers. Several beachgoers gave statements, describing a sense of disbelief as precious seconds ticked by. Li Wei's explanation, assessing the situation, rang hollow. Some officials noted inconsistencies in his account. This time, a formal complaint triggered a review. The paperwork began to pile up. Captain Chen, the head lifeguard, pulled rescue logs and security footage. He noticed something odd. Li Wei's rescues always started with a pause. 1 delay could be a mistake. 2 was a pattern. The logs revealed more than just numbers. They hinted at hesitation. Comparing the incidents, Chen saw a disturbing similarity: dangerously long delays. The footage showed Li Wei's calm, almost detached demeanor. Li Wei's calm exterior masked a troubling habit. Some colleagues recalled moments when he seemed lost in thought, even as chaos unfolded below. The evidence suggested something deeper than a lapse in judgment. Subtle clues, hesitation, repeated delays, hinted at a hidden motive. The team's trust was shaken. Rumors began to circulate, and suspicion grew. The investigation intensified, searching for answers. Every detail was scrutinized, every second accounted for. The pattern was clear, but the reason remained a mystery. Each clue only deepened the intrigue. The safety of Damaisha Beach was now in question. The community watched, waiting for answers. The truth was about to surface, and it would change everything. Captain Chen dug into the evidence, logs, witness statements, and security footage, searching for answers in the details. He synchronized timelines, measuring the delays: 93 seconds, then 118. According to Lifeguard protocol, responses should happen within 30 seconds, a standard set to maximize survival chances. Experts emphasize that every second counts. Delays beyond 30 seconds can mean the difference between life and death in the water. Li Wei's delays were far beyond acceptable, raising immediate red flags for supervisors and analysts alike. Reviewing all summer rescues, Chen and a team of experts found more slow responses, suggesting a troubling trend. A pattern of hesitation emerged, especially during dangerous outgoing tides, times when currents are strongest and rescues are most urgent. Cross-referencing with tide charts, Chen and oceanography experts saw all delayed rescues happened at peak tides, when the risk to swimmers was highest. The worst delays matched the strongest currents. Experts explained that these conditions demand the fastest, most decisive action from lifeguards. It was no longer a question of if there was a pattern, but why. Analysts agreed the data was too consistent to be coincidence. Why would a skilled lifeguard wait when danger was greatest? Experts debated possible reasons, from fear to deliberate intent. The investigation took a darker turn, as expert analysis suggested the delays were not accidental. The evidence pointed to deliberate choices, not accidents. A conclusion supported by both investigators and outside experts. The search for motive began, now with expert insight guiding the way. Investigators pored over hours of security footage from Tower 5, scrutinizing every angle the cameras captured. The video revealed Li Wei standing on the elevated tower, framed by the sun-bleached railings and the restless ocean behind him. He appeared calm and deliberate, his posture relaxed, never showing confusion or panic. The footage caught him scanning the crowded shoreline, his gaze methodical. He checked his watch repeatedly, even as swimmers began to struggle in the choppy water below. The camera's wide shot showed his hesitation. He lingered on the tower, watching the swimmer's distress grow, the timer on his watch steadily counting up. Only when a swimmer's head slipped beneath the surface did Li Wei finally leap into action, the footage capturing his delayed response in both incidents. Investigators noticed subtle details. Li Wei's eyes tracking the strongest currents, his body language tense but controlled, as if he was measuring the swimmer's endurance. The footage also showed him glancing at a laminated code of ethics taped to the tower wall, a silent reminder of his duty, now ignored. In contrast, other lifeguards in the background could be seen intervening early, blowing whistles and guiding swimmers to safety. By waiting, Li Wei transformed routine rescues into tense, life-or-death gambles, the camera capturing the mounting panic in the water. The evidence was clear. The footage showed long, deliberate delays, strong tides, and a pattern of calculated inaction. The camera lingered on Li Wei's face, shadowed and unreadable, as he left the tower, no longer a guardian, but a looming threat. The system could not ignore what the footage revealed. The truth, captured in every overlooked detail, was now impossible to deny. The evidence was overwhelming, and the case quickly moved beyond the beach. Captain Chen confronted Li Wei with the footage and data, but soon, the matter was brought before a local court. In court, Li Wei offered no real defense, just silence as the judge reviewed the damning evidence. He was fired, banned from lifeguarding nationwide, and publicly censured for his negligence. The news shocked the Demaisha team and rippled through the community, sparking heated debates about responsibility and trust. Captain Chen used the incident as a lesson. Hesitation is unacceptable, and the community demanded higher standards. Lifeguards rededicated themselves to swift action, while the public watched with renewed scrutiny. Response times improved, and trust was slowly rebuilt, though the scars of the incident lingered in public memory. For Li Wei, the aftermath was isolating, a stark reminder that lifeguarding is about prevention, not heroics. The ocean is unforgiving, seconds matter, and the consequences of hesitation are lasting. Trust in the lifeguard's tower is sacred and must be earned every day, both by individuals and the system itself. The system worked to restore safety, implementing reforms and new training, but the lesson lingers for all. In lifeguarding, hesitation is the enemy. Only decisive action saves lives, and the community will always remember.